Hi, welcome to English 114 Online. This week we're going to do something new. We're going to look at online writing and the social media environment of online writing. So you could be asked by a company that you worked for to write something for a Twitter page, or you could be asked to contribute to a web page. And so this is something that's really important to your career, and it's also really important as you traverse the world of online writing every day. Everything is online these days, and it has to be presented in a way that is accessible and easy for your readers to get the important information that they need. So that's what we're going to be talking about this week, and that's what this week's assignment is all about. First, I'd like to just say one thing that in your reading assignment is mentioned, and it bears repeating again, I think, is that you should be judicious of your use of social media. Remember that it could be read by your friends, yes, by your family, yes, but it also could be read by a prospective employer or someone that might get the wrong impression, professional impression of you. So just be wise about that, and keep in mind that a lot of information gets out there to people, and they take it. As representative of who you really are. So judicious is a good word to use with that. Okay, so this week's assignment is to investigate a website of a corporation or a brand, and I have given you live links on the assignment on the Moodle page. Some choices, and I would really like for you to use one of those choices instead of one of your own, because I have actually visited those sites and know that they will work for this assignment. So there's a lot of choice you can make, but no, you can't just access any website. It needs to be one of those that I have included in the assignment document. So they're live links, and all you have to do, of course, is click on them. And there's a wide variety, so you don't have to feel like it's all just one thing. Now, as a sample in this video that I'm making for you, I'm going to use Wake Med as a sample, so that you'll have a little bit better idea of what I'm asking you to investigate and what I'm asking you to report on. But first of all, let me just read the assignment snapshot to you right from the assignment. Create a report in memo format that analyzes a category or, analyzes a company or brand's use of writing in an online environment and social media. So that's what you're going to actually do. You're going to create a report. But you're also going to have to do some research. Remember, the name of this course is Professional Research and Report Writing. So that's exactly what I'm asking you to do this week. Now, the memo format we've already covered, and you have done your memos. So just go back to that same four-heading memo format. Remember, Dear Mr. So-and-so is not a part of memo format. And neither is Sincerely Yours at the end. You're just going to create the four headings at the top to whomever it is going to. You can send it to me if you want to, or you can send it to another name if you want to. From should be your name, so I'll know that it's your assignment. And then the subject should be, like online environment of Coca-Cola, if that's what you choose. And then, of course, the date heading, you would put today's date. And one thing that I would like to remind you about from the memos you did before, remember to align your text lines in that four heading beginning. It's easier for the readers to read. It's more appealing as far as the way it looks on the page. So keep that alignment similar. And so I suggest using the tab to get your alignment correct on that. If you need to see the memo format again, you can go back and look at yours if they were done correctly, or you can go to figure 8.8 on page 286 and look at the memo there, just to get that format back in your mind. Okay, you're not required to put any graphics in this assignment, and the length of it is just going to be, I want complete information. Now, what's going to go in this report is going to be on the second page of your assignment. It tells you what you need to do. You need to use these headings: the introductory summary. You want to tell us which company it is, a little bit about it, and how they use, why do you think the use of a website or social media is necessary for that type of business. The second heading will be organization, and under the organization, you will comment on how it's laid out. And then there'll be a section called highlighting techniques. All of this comes from your appendix, so that you can look in your book and rediscover what is required for highlighting, or what is meant by highlighting. And then after that, and you can write it in bullets, you can write it in paragraph form, however you want to design your page, but you want to cover their highlighting techniques. And then guidelines for submitting previously published documents. You may or may not respond to that. I don't know if something will be there that you can use for that, but if there is, you can comment on that. If there's not, or you can't tell if it was previously published, then look at how they cite their sources, and have a heading for that. Look at their privacy, and how do they handle considering their readers and participation, people who participate in their website, how they handle their privacy issues. Look at their ADA, which is the Americans with Disabilities Act compliance, and if that's to see if somebody who is blind would also be able to use the website, or if someone who is colorblind can access the information and not be confused by it. Or you can look at its international appeal, or its appropriateness for international visitors. Like it does not use slang and things that would confuse someone who is not who has English and it's not the first language. So you can address both of those issues, ADA and international visitors, or you can choose one or the other, whatever works for you, but you'll have a heading for that. Then you'll have a heading for social media. Every website that I have listed in your document, in your assignment document, has social media on it. So that's another reason why I know those are appropriate for this assignment. All you have to do is find where it's located, click on it, and under that, you just need to comment about what you have found about the social media. In my example with Wake Med, I looked at their Facebook page, but you can look at Twitter, you can look at YouTube. There are various things that you can look at. So you only have to pick one of those things to investigate. And then you'll have a concluding paragraph, an overall evaluation of the company's internet access. How good are they at writing in an online environment? So look at your guidelines in your chapter. And then as you look at your guidelines in your chapter, you'll want to see which of those you can mention that applies to the website that you're investigating, or the social media or the social media that you're investigating. Okay, for example, I have I looked at WakeMed's website, and I've noted that at the top there are links that you can click on that will take you to, I'm looking at it right now, let's see, that will take you, if you're interested in a career, you can click on that. If you're interested in other information that they have, like you have an emergency situation and you want to know how long the wait is at their emergency department, they have a link for that. And then the social media is listed right at the bottom of the home page, and you can see the Twitter and the Facebook and the YouTube, etc. There. So I would want you, if you were doing this, and you won't be doing this, you'll be doing one of those on my list, but I would want you to talk about how it's organized. Just describe it. How is it organized? Why is it helpful? I noticed that they have a dark background for some of their links with white print. That's easy for people to see. The colors are there, but there's some red there, but it's not necessary that you're able to see red in order to use the site. So just things that you notice. Click on the some of the links and look around the website and see what you find, and use those to finish your report. Another thing I noticed is that I was interested in that, how long is the wait at the emergency room, because that can often be very lengthy. And I was impressed with what I saw there, that they give an approximate wait at every emergency room that they're associated with. They also give information about why would you want to go to the emergency department as opposed to taking some other action. So they have, if you have this going on, you need to contact 919, and some other things. They have a nice clear bulleted list of things that would make you want to get somebody to drive you or drive yourself to the emergency room. Something like a burn that you've had, or a seizure, or acute abdominal pain. And it's very easy to look at and find and help you or anybody viewing the information make a decision, an educated decision about, is this something I need to call an ambulance for, or is this something that I could get somebody to just take me for. They also have a link on that same page about finding an emergency room near you, and that can be very helpful. If it's not anything that's too much of an emergency, they even have a link for urgent care locations that you might want to go to. So I thought all of that was very helpful. I would mention that in a report. Those would be things. And those are highlighting issues because the links are clear, easy to find, very visible, and easy to use. That is a use of bullets is another way of highlighting information. So I think they did a pretty good job with that. Another page that I looked at, and I've included a shot for you, is their About Us page. This is where you might go to find out, for that introductory paragraph, a little bit about the organization. And then you're going to have to just use your critical thinking skills and determine why a place like WakeMed or Coca-Cola, or whichever one you choose, don't choose WakeMed, would need a website. Why do you think they would need a website? They won't always tell you that, but just use your critical thinking skills to help you answer that question too. And you can find information about the organization or the brand on the About Us page on the WakeMed. It might be called something else on your website that you choose, but there will always be something that will give you that background that you need. And then the final screenshot that I'm going to include with this video is the a screenshot that I took of the Facebook website and or the Facebook social media page, and notice that even on that they have the use of highlighting links that you can click on if you want to see their videos. For instance, they have some informative health videos that you can access. If you want to look at the events that WakeMed is sponsoring, you can click on that. And so even that is very well laid out. They've included pictures that you can see of a recent event. There's a map that's included there to give you directions to how to get to WakeMed. And then, of course, because it's social media, they have used hashtags, which is very helpful in helping people find information. I thought their Facebook page was very well organized and laid out as well. So you pick a company or a brand, one of those from the list, and investigate it and take notes and organize it by those headings. You're going to do it in memo format, and hopefully you'll learn a lot about writing in an online environment this week. Hope you have a great week. Contact me if there's anything you need from me. I will be here to help you. Thanks. Bye.